Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone's day going? We got ourselves a send-off of Snoopy coming up. We'll start the time. And let's see if I got that pad. I do have that pad. Okay. Good. So that's 1:08:09 minutes, and that'll be the start of the Lem jettison procedure. Current time 1:07:52:15. Just finished up rendezvous. Just got the whole LEM power down. Everyone's situated here in the command module. And we're standing by. I'm kind of going to miss the lunar module. You know, you all know it's always my favorite vehicle. But at the conclusion of this mission, I think we're going to fly. Audio is a little bit funky. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Stream audio or mic audio? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Quiet, you say? Okay, I'll turn it up. Is that better? Much better. Okay. So I just need to be, I guess, not afraid of going into the red zone here. I'm just worried that I peak the microphone, but okay. And, you know, spacecraft audio sounds good. That sort of thing. Yeah, as I was saying, at the conclusion of this mission, I think we're gonna do Apollo 9, and we're gonna have some 3D optics, which is gonna be really cool, right? Who's excited for some 3D optics? I waited a long time. This has been implemented for quite a while, but it's always been a little bit buggy. But now it's fixed. We've got split line of sight without any flickering, so we get to do P23s on stream. Oh, who's excited? Who's excited? I'm excited, right? It's a much needed improvement over the old system. So next mission, prepare to see... Well, we're not going to do P-23s in Apollo 9, but prepare to see some use of the 3D optics. We are doing some light time dilating, rapidly approaching the lunar module jettison here. Ah, yep. Anytime in rendezvous, even transposition and docking is considered a, technically, by technicality, considered a tiny rendezvous. You never change your attitude past the initial lineup. It's always done with translations. Makes it a lot easier. Alright, T-minus 40 minutes to that apps burn to depletion. Let's go ahead and perform LEM jettison. Verify tunnel is fully vented. That is verified. LEM tunnel vent valve off. Tunnel lights off. Verify lunar module power off. Or delta should read 0. Yep, lunar module power supply is off. Apollo 9 is unfortunately not a mission that you can do in re-entry. And when I fly it in the future, it's going to be the next one I actually fly, because it's going to be the next documentary that is coming out from Homemade, so I figured I'd also fly it. You'll see why Apollo 9 is not a mission that could be done in re-entry. We are quietly standing by for Earth acquisition of signal. Should be coming up around the bend very shortly. Let's go global frame. There we go. That's the view we're used to. Can you do an EVA from the CSM? In re-entry, you cannot. In NASP, you can. Look at that. There's Earthrise. Unfortunately, not visible by any means to the spacecraft because of our jettison attitude. Acquisition honeysuckle. And we should have it. Yep, there we go. Sequential events control system, batteries A and B on the arm, close, logic on, relays are good, pyro arm, verb 48, enter, verb 21, enter, 11102, enter, proceed, proceed, proceed. Verb 46, enter. Standing by for apps burn to depletion, minus 32 minutes. minus 32 minutes. Starting program 47. Program 47 is used to monitor our burns. This program does not have a controlled, time of ignition, attitude, or anything. This is simply just a pure monitoring program. It's like average G mode on demand. We are about T-minus 1 minute away from the final separation. Yeah, still aerospace. Welcome, and I appreciate you being here. Have you finished Mercury and Gemini at all by any chance? Because if you haven't, I definitely recommend trying them out. They're my personal favorites. I much prefer NASP's Apollo over to Reentry, but I'd still do a lot of bug testing on the CSM and Reentry. Mercury, though, is absolutely my favorite of any spacecraft in Reentry. The Mercury, the detail is so good. Okay. But not that one. Gotta be careful. Yeah, that's good. That's good. You definitely want to do the rendezvous and docking before moving on to Apollo. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. So long. Adios, you and your slow-ass computer, slowest computer in the entire Apollo program. Okay, Bravo 3, Charlie 4, back to on. Translation, we are go. Resume digital autopilot.
Translation.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Separation maneuver complete. Proceed to terminate. 0, 0.
Rotation.
Gonna miss it. We thank you for having the slowest rendezvous programs known to man. We hope that in Apollo 11 you are significantly healthier and that we do not need to rush so much because you are so slow. Suit circuit return open. And standing by for that potential master alarm here. Okay. Yeah, suit compressor. Looks like something's up with the transducer again. Gotta go over there and tap the gauge with your finger a couple times, alright? It should be on high flow right now, and that's certainly reflected in the suit compressor. But whatever. Take that back to close. Look at that. We look super weird without a docking probe in the front now. This looks like cursed engineering here. I'm gonna miss my favorite vehicle. I did really like this mission though. It was great. Flying that low to the surface, going that high above the ground. This was a fantastic mission. This was fun, right? It wasn't just land on the moon and sit down there for a few days and do no flying. It was all flying all the time. You'll have to excuse me. I'm still getting over a little bit of a sickness. We are going to get the apps burner depletion very shortly. So let's go ahead and switch to the view of the LEM. Vessels, this will be Snoopy, focus external, apply. All right, here we go. Yeah, this FOV is a little bit high. So let's take that down to a little bit more zoomed in here. 42 is usually where I like it. Otherwise, you can't really see the LEM. It's like pretty far out there, you know? Hey, Owen Schnell, how's it going? Hey, Apollo 10 did go according to plan, actually. We did actually have a few things that did not go according to plan. Operator error and the like. If there ain't one mission with a little bit of operator error, you're doing it wrong, right? Always gotta be some mistake. I mean, I've had to do what on this mission? I've had to do a burn on eggs. I've had to do I've spun out because I didn't do the ascent feeds right. There was a lot of, interesting things with this mission that, interestingly enough, the spinning out thing happened in real life too, but it wasn't because of operator error with the ascent feeds. It was something with the attitude control system on eggs. Hey James, glad you're enjoying them. Yeah, I ran out of pre-recorded ones, so I'm gonna record a couple more very shortly. Well, Jettison, it wasn't meant to orbit the sun. This doesn't orbit the sun, it just does an apps burn to depletion. Okay, we are going to have command AEAA arm. AEAA arm. T42 apps thrusting is uplinked. Standing by. Oh, possibly they didn't fully vent the tunnel. Whoop. Okay, uh RCS has commanded a higher dead band here, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit on this, or just do very small amounts of time skipping here. Yeah. Gotta be careful, don't want to spin out before the burn even starts. Run over a couple of mascons over these craters. Very possible. There's a little command module down there. Curious if we could see the lem. Oh, just a speck. Just a smidgen. I hope my RCS lasts longer than my Ascent engine, that's for sure. But we'll see. Anyone want to place any bets? How was my RCS usage this mission? Here we go, here we go. Ten seconds. Engine on. Foliage, we got it. And ignition. There she goes. Oh no, eggs, don't do this to me. No! Oh boy. We had the same thing that they had, except on a completely different phase of the mission, thank God. Well, the RCS lasted, the attitude control did not, so looks like we all lost that bet. An outcome that no one foresaw. What do you mean that was anticlimactic? That was the exact opposite of anticlimactic. That was very climactic when we switched to eggs. I I'm thinking, did I lose the systems engineer bus on this mission? Did I make a mistake with the ascent batteries when I flipped them over to backup? I think that might be what happened. Because if that is what happened, then we would have lost the eggs. That might be what happened. Or the bus just died and we didn't have any eggs. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what happened, but... Ah, it doesn't matter. What's done is done. It does not matter. As long as it's out of our way for the mission, I couldn't give a rat's ass. Okay, we should be getting an uplink here at the top of the hour. We got ourselves a nice map update. Let's grab that. Loss of signal at 117.21.14. 150 degrees at 117.32.32. Acquisition at 118.07.23. The Lem orbit should be fine. I don't think it's going to intersect ours too bad. Okay, now I just record the LLS2 photography pad. It's an oblique strip. And then we go to our rest period. Okay, it should be 30-degree deadband. No, 10-degree deadband, I mean. Go ahead and verify ordeal. $25.4. Okay. Oh, 26 now. Okay, looks good. Get that wastewater dump going. Get a urine dump going. And there we go. Someone's on bitrate high. I think it's Snoopy. Yep. Okay, wastewater dump complete. And thus beginneth the rest period. It's a real quick send for a little stabilization. Alright, now we got a nice 12-hour rest period, or... no, 8-hour rest period. And we'll start day 6 very shortly. There goes the sunset. Oop, sunrise. We are on revolution 19, so we've done 19 laps around the moon. Alright, you know what? I am not a fan of the CMC attitude hold here with the wide deadman. We are just going to do the old-fashioned method. Much better. So day 6, it looks like it's going to be riddled with a couple of photography experiments. We've got surface observations. We've got vertical stereo, strip photography. P22, oh, our glorious P22s. Oh, a lot of P22s. Oh, a lot of P22. A ludicrous, ridiculous amount of P22, some might say. A nuisance alarm. An absolutely ridiculous amount of P22s. That's what's in our future. That's 8, 12, 16 P22s. A rest period. And then another 2 P22s. Of course. So yeah. 19 P22s. Which I think is actually more than Apollo 8. Done in less orbits though, so it's more condensed. Just a couple of more P22s, about 4 at a time. It won't be that bad. It's not gonna be that bad. I don't mind the lunar P22s. They're super easy. You just hold orbit rate and take marks. There's no need to establish a pitch rate. The radius of the moon is too small to even warrant that. I don't know why they did it on Apollo 8. More moon time. Yeah, yeah. Well, at least it's not going to be like, you know, the way home. Could always be worse. It could always be Apollo 8's translunar coast. Just saying. Apollo 8's translunar and trans-Earth coast make you wish you were doing P-22s. So, Stale Aerospace. Would you ever be interested in trying out NASP? I think it would be really cool for you to try. You know, I wouldn't mind walking you through Apollo 8, first mission, maybe 11 after that, or 7 if you're feeling a little bit of that extra challenge. So definitely Apollo 12 and 9 are on my roster. The next mission will be Apollo 9. Just because I want to make sure that that series is out and done. For the release of Homemade Documentaries Apollo 9 video. And then after that, Apollo 12, and then we're gonna take a step back from doing mission streams. We're gonna do some more tutorials, possibly restart some reentry tutorials, and maybe not for Apollo, but for Mercury and Gemini. And then after that, we'll see what's up. Possibly doing full shuttle missions then. So I think full shuttle missions in Space Shuttle Mission 2007. I hear Space Shuttle Mission 2 is coming out. So Space Shuttle Mission 1 is the 2007. And so it'd be really cool if we could play all of the original game, and then maybe when it comes out, we can sort of see, compare and contrast how things work. But yeah, and I know Renova would like that. So that's sort of the plans. So I got the original version of Space Shuttle Mission, and so we'll play that, and then we'll see how it compares to SSM2 when it comes out. All right, Revolution 22. Let's go ahead and get the digital autopilot squared away for orbit procedures. I don't unfortunately know the release date. I know it's probably going to be like a decade from now if I'm gonna guess, to be completely honest with you. It's going to be a long time. 0 and 213. Okay, acquisition on high gain antenna. Yep, I've just been transitioning. All my Apollo tutorial stuff is pretty much just going to be for NASP. Gemini and Mercury will be reentry. And I think space shuttle tutorials themselves will probably be hosted in reentry. If I had to guess, most people are going to fly shuttle in reentry, so I go where the people go, really. All right, we've got ourselves a decent looking orbit rate established. Yeah, I'm happy the video helped with the transposition, docking, and extraction. It's gonna be, you know, a little bit more difficult doing an actual docking. But just let me know if you need help. Okay, begin surface observation. Standing by for T1 time. Look at all these beautiful craters. E0. Oh, there's Mount Marilyn. Right on target with that. Could not be any more perfect. Look at that. One of the coolest oblique strips that I've ever done. Okay, oblique strip complete. Oh, vertical stereo. This is gonna be really cool. Map update 23. Who's excited for the vertical stereo? It's gonna be some cool maneuvering during photography. And there's our trans-earth injection, Rev 23, which we will not be burning, just an abort pad. Accept. Did you ever get to the stereo photography, Artemis? Okay, computer's hours. I am ahead right now. Gotta catch on. No, I'm just kidding. Alright. Secondary cooling loop pump, AC1. Accumulator looks good. Discharge pressure looks good. Let's get that evap going. Evap on. And a 5-minute check. Do you have a video on all the procedures after reaching Earth orbit from launch? I do. It's a NASP tutorial, but I believe it's close enough to reentry that you just be able to follow it. All right, coming up on vertical stereo. We never got the vertical stereo. Okay. Stand by for that. Hopefully we get that. All right, pretty good marks. Got good score there. Proceed. Enter. 00. Enter. Still standing by for stereo photography pad. See you around. GDC align. Pitch is around 0. Tell you what, pitch is actually close to 210. Whoops. Alignment is good. Still have yet to be in receipt of a stereo photograph pad. There she goes. I was getting damn worried about this. TEI 22. I don't know. I got TEI 23. And we've had loss of signal. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember if I got it or not. I swear this is when you get it when you're turning off the LEM. I swear that I didn't get it, but I wouldn't know because last pad I got was an apps burn depletion and P22 wasn't in the log because or not P22, TEI 22 wasn't in the logs because of the apps burn and depletion wiped it out. Okay, standing by for the T1 point. Camera start in about 10 minutes. So at the T1 point, we're gonna roll 180 degrees and then pitch down 24 degrees. All right, cameras and tapes are running. Look at that. That's just, oh my gosh, that looks so beautiful. I would love to be around the moon, just saying. I mean, Artemis is great and all, but I mean, come on. We're doing the cool shit in Apollo. You know, like actually land on the moon. Artemis says they're gonna land on the moon, but like, I don't know. Have you seen Starship? I don't know. Just saying. 15 refuels and a cable ladder. A cable ladder, really? Like a or cable elevator? Like, are we what kind of redundancy does that have? Terrible, terrible. It's like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Just saying. Apollo 6, Artemis 0. And even then, it's like, there's no P-22s. There's no... Nothing cool like this. Planned anyways, it's very open book right now. I'm sure in the future they'll get some science put on there, but this is cool. And they're not gonna fly as close to the surface either. They're gonna be super high up. Yeah. Just Starship. I think Starship is probably going to be the reason why we don't land on the moon. And budget cuts. All right. Rolling left to 0, 0, 0. Oh my gosh, look at that crater over there. I want to land there one day. One day we're going to do a custom mission. We're going to land right inside that crater. How about that? Okay, and pitching down 24 degrees to 258. Okay, ordeal pitch 258. Resuming orbit rate. All right, we are going to very shortly yaw right 20 degrees for photographing lunar landing site 1. We're gonna yaw 20 degrees to the right. We'll get on photograph of plane 65 degrees east. Photographing lunar landing site 1. And then yawing back in plane to 34 degrees east to continue standard strip photography. Position still 258. Very nice. We'll probably need... Oh, I think that's good. We'll keep it there. Okay, mark, yawing right, 20 degrees. I don't see... Oh, there she is. Right up there. Lunar landing site 1, landmark B1. Continuing orb rate for 258. And standing by for the Terminator. That completes vertical stereograph. There's the Terminator. So that's pretty cool. Got to see nice lunar terrain flying overhead. Lunar landing site 1, landmark B1, which will be taking P-22s on. Sextant marks. It's gonna go inertial here. And then maneuver the spacecraft to 0095 0. And stand by for acquisition of signal. And there is all of that. Very nice. Well, if you weren't excited to see some lunar terrain, then I guess this part ain't for you, because we're going to be doing a lot of this stuff coming up very shortly. We got 12 of these coming up. I think I'm probably going to do, well, about 16 of these coming up. I think I'm going to do maybe 1 or 2 rounds, and then we'll call it coming up on 2 hours. And yeah, we're going to have, well, maybe I'll go a little longer. I don't know. I'm just kind of tired today for whatever reason, so I just thought I'd do a little bit and then pretty much just chill the rest of the time. Tutorials. Yeah, we'll have more of those Apollo 7 tutorials coming out. Okay, P-52. Eyeballs. Oh, the dreaded P-22s. Oh man, the never-ending flood of P-22. I'd actually rather P-23s at this point with the new optics. You can get P-23 done really fast. Like, really, really fast. But P-22s are cool, but... yeah, maybe while I'm doing them, I'll, see that they're cool. I don't know, they're cool in Apollo 8, but... in Apollo 10, it's just you've had all that excitement with the LEM. It just feels like a buzzkill. I liked him in Apollo 8. It's cool to see the different landmarks. Get anti-hype for P-22. Standing by for a loss of signal. All right, standing by for T2 time. T2 time is going to be 1:21:40:51. Ooh, well, that's gonna be a really cool photo. Right there. Yep. Your LEM photos were good? Yeah, I bet. 10 has a really photogenic LEM mission. For sure. Oh, there's control point 1. We've got it at the horizon. Okay. Standing by for photography. All right. right, there we go. Control point 1 is done. Ooh, beautiful marks. Look at that. All right, control point 2, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. 63700 and 0. And that's 121, 54, 53. All right, standing by for landmark control point 2. And there she is. E2 time 150, 121, 54, 53. Look at all those craters in a row like that. That's kind of cool. All right, control point 2 is in. Beautiful marks. Yet again. Next one is landmark Foxtrot 1. 01600. Four three four four zero and 0. Pitching up for Horizon Track. Whew. Let me tell you guys, I am very, very tired. I think after we're finished with these landmarks, we're gonna be done. All right, Foxtrot 1 appearing at the horizon any second now. There she is. Ooh, look at that. Look at that beautiful Earthrise. Oh my god. No shit, acquisition. No shit. All right, last one for the night. Landmark 130. Okay, that's 1266 and 11839 and minus 00173. Oh, landmark 420. No, we're looking for landmark 130. There's Mount Maryland. I believe landmark 130 might actually be very close to the Terminator here. Bravo 1. Lunar landing site 1. Alright, it should be up there right now. Yep, there it is. 130 right there. Okay. So T2 is 2832. And there she is. Okay. Proper pitch rate. Manual control. Mark. 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 And should be final mark coming up. Mark. And there she is, 4 in. What do we got? All really good marks for this sequence here. Very happy with the results of all that. Switching around to inertial. And maneuvering spacecraft to 09200. And there's acquisition, just waiting on the uplink. Okay. And I think that is going to do us for today. We'll get our uplink next time. Get our tracking pads, and we'll go from there. It's going to be 4, 8, 12, about 14 more landmarks. 4, 8, 12. Some more strip photography. 13, 14. And then TEI. 14 landmarks and 2 strip photographies. So that'll be what's up for next time, plus trans-earth injection. So I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all around the next time. Peace out.